Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another easy hairstyles for the gym video, and we are doing all slick backs today. There is not much more in this world that I love more than a good slick back hairstyle, especially for the gym. It just makes life so much easier. Don't mind all the straggling little hairs, but these are all the brushes that I'm going to be using. You're going to need some ponytails, some type of gel. My favorite is the Eco Gel. A hair mask, I'm going to be using the Olaplex number 6, and some hair oil. I will typically use either rosemary or argan oil, sometimes both. So before we get into a slick back, we have to prep the hair for a slick back. That is where our oil and gel comes into play. Now this part is so totally optional, but I'm using a little micro needle roll guy here, and I'm just gonna roll this all along my hairline, especially in the spot right next to my temple, because I slick this shit back a lot and bitch, I'm balding. So this is going to help stimulate hair growth, and when I put the rosemary oil on top of the little tiny puncture wounds I'm adding to my scalp, it will soak in even deeper. Now taking our rosemary oil, I like to start where I did the micro needling, and then I just kind of distribute it through the rest of my noggin. If you see me looking a little bit of everywhere, it's because the lens is here, the little camera screen is here, and my mirror is behind you. And since I'm actually like styling my hair, I need to see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try to make eye contact as much as possible. We're just gonna rub this into the scalp. The oil and the hair mask are entirely optional. You can just coat your hair in hair gel, but I like to do this first before I style my hair because it's gonna be slick back anyways. So I'm essentially able to do a hair treatment all day long. This is our first hairstyle of the video. Now first, we're gonna do a hairstyle that I used to do all the time. I did this every single day for months. And if you followed me back in 2020, you probably know what I'm about to do. So we're gonna take the sharp end of my dense brush here and just part the middle all the way down. And each one of these hairstyles that we are going to do has two different options. I'm gonna pull one side over, and using my dense brush, I'm going to pull my hair back up into two ponies. We want to get these as tight and as high as possible. So we're using the dense brush to get out any little bumps, press down any little flyaways, and then take your time kind of just slicking it back and making sure everything is as tight as possible. Now I have bangs, so this is where our Eco Gel really comes into play. But if you really want to slick this down, or you tend to have a lot of flyaways, you're gonna take the Eco Gel and a toothbrush, coat her in it, don't be shy. And now we're really just going to brush everything down and back. This is option number 1 for our first hairstyle. We do have quite a few options for this one, so let's get into it. Now, option number 2 is my personal favorite. We're just gonna braid each ponytail. I like to leave like a pretty generous amount of hair out at the bottom, just because I think it looks kind of cute. That is option number 2, and I don't know, there's just something about this that I love so much. I don't get to do this one as often anymore because I have layers now. So in about 5 minutes after wearing this, my layers start to poke out like crazy, and it just doesn't look as clean as it does like this. But when my hair was all one length, I ate this up every day. Option number 3 is going to require some bobby pins, and you can leave it in the braids for this, or you can do this with just the ponytails. I'm going to show you with the braids. We're going to wrap it around, and this is one of the reasons that I like to leave the hair out on the bottom, because I like the Y2K vibe it gives. We're going to wrap it around the ponytail, and you're just going to secure these little buns with your bobby pins. And here is option number 3. But there you go. That is hairstyle number 1, A, B, and C. Now let's get into hairstyle number 2. We are going to leave this middle part right in her place. And using our dense brush, we are going to pull everything back into a low ponytail. So we're going to take this and start at the part and start brushing back at a little bit of like a downward angle. Once you get it into the position that you want it in, you're gonna pull it back into a low pony. We're gonna take our toothbrush again and our gel and just kind of make sure everything is down pat. We don't have any flyaways, we don't have any bumps. If you have bangs like me, make sure they're just really set in place. So I'll usually take some gel on my brush and pull out a few pieces. I'm just making my hairline a little bit more interesting to look at and hiding my little bald spots. I just do this by pulling out my baby hairs, getting some gel on our brush, and swooping them back. And I just kind of play with them until they look the way I want them to. But it'll end up looking something like this, which is option number 1. This is absolutely giving helmet, it's getting bald, it's getting slick. For this one, I will usually just leave it down in a ponytail, or I'll take a second ponytail and throw it up in a bun. It honestly just kind of depends on how the ponytail is looking. If I were wearing this hairstyle today, I would absolutely leave it in the ponytail because I have a blowout right now and my hair just looks great on the bottom, if I do say so myself. But if my hair is looking a little bit frizzy or it's not styled or something like that, then I will pull it back into the bun. Hairstyle number 3, we are saying goodbye to our middle part and we are going to brush everything back. Now taking our dense brush, we're gonna flip, gather everything up. You can go as high or low as you want to with this ponytail. I kind of try to do something like somewhere in the middle, and we're gonna take our brush and, like we did with the last 2 styles, just flatten everything down. Try to get my ponytail as tight as possible for this one. So this is what she's giving. Giving egg, hard-boiled egg. I just kind of pull my baby hairs out from those areas, swoop them up and back. It just kind of hides that it's a bald spot. Makes me feel better about them. I went on a date once with my hair slicked back, and when I tell you this man had me take him through a step-by-step tutorial on how I did my slick back. Was he just trying to make conversation? Maybe, but it seemed like he was just genuinely intrigued by my process. So option number 1, we have just a ponytail, and option number 2, which I'm actually going to wear for the rest of the day because I have a hot yoga class later, and this is my favorite way to style my hair for hot yoga. It stays out of the way, it stays back. Oh, gorgeous. And it's already greasy from all the fucking product in it that I don't have to worry about my hair looking sweaty and gross when I walk out of there. I do have a couple of bumps back here, so I'm gonna try and bobby pin them down. You don't have to redo the whole noggin. There are ways around it. That's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this was helpful. You officially have a whole dictionary of hairstyles to try for the gym. If you haven't already watched the first video, I will link that here for you. They are quick and easy styles, less than 5 minutes each, using absolutely no products in your hair. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you have already, hit that like button. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.